Hello, hello. Um, Coming at you, kind of frustrated because I had like 15, 20-minute video that I just did based on a couple of things here I want to show you that are important, but also because I tried to break down Wisconsin kind of live here and I screwed up. Something happened with my internet and I disconnected and I just lost all of it. So it's kind of frustrating because I ended up deleting everything in the slasher and just so right now I'm just going to tell you this. The most important thing is that anybody looking at the new SBPP, okay, single box pair pattern, this is super important to remember that these are based off of these straight, not off of the box. Okay? So you can come over here and you can look at numbers, in a general sense, just numbers for the pair pattern. Okay. And you can say, oh, I think one of these zeros is going to turn to a one. You can take these and however you want to copy them, bring them over to the slasher, and you can have it as boxed and you can drop them in here. Okay. Get rid of that. You can drop them in here as boxed. But if when you start doing the AB and the BC, it's important you do not have it boxed. Okay. Because you have to go off of the straight form for those. Okay. But then you're going to do boxed. Okay. So then you do like not just pairs BC, let's say if you're looking for the BC, you're going to do pairs BC boxed. Okay. That way it still goes off of the straight form, not the box form. That's really important. It's easy to screw up on that because you can sit here and do this and then you're like, all right, I'm going to jump over to AB and see what's going on. You jump over here and you're like, oh man, one of these yellow ones are going to hit. So I'm going to copy these yellow patterns and I'm going to put them in over there at the AB. And then you end up having this boxed in here. So so it's looking off of like these. That's not going to happen. You're going to have it wrong. It's not going to work. Okay. So you got to make sure you put them as straight. That's very important. I hope people get that. It confused me and I screwed up for a few times playing. And anyway, so that's the most important update. Gotta make sure you have those in the straight form. Okay. And then I'm sorry, I'm just so frustrated because I think I had a really good video showing some really good points for Wisconsin. And now I kind of just flustered right now. Like I just wanted to show that yesterday, midday, I did not get the win, but in my initial setup, I had it, and I had it down to only 16 numbers in my initial setup because I'll show you why I had that and how I had that. So yesterday, when I was about to play midday, this is what I seen for the AC. Okay. I looked at midday alone. I think I looked at midday alone. Maybe I looked at them combined. No, I didn't. I looked at them alone. And I noticed that the pink didn't hit for a while. It didn't have to hit them yesterday, but it did. And look at that. So there's like a huge gap. And I thought that the pink was going to come back, and it did come back. Well, when you copy just the pink numbers, okay, when you copy just these numbers right here, remember, these are boxed. This is an example of that, what I was telling you about. You can't have this as boxed. This we're looking at. I'm gonna put these in here as AC boxed because that's what I thought was going to happen yesterday, and it did. Okay, so that starts you off with 300 numbers. All right, and here's the winning number, 409. But how I got it down lower is what I did is I've been writing on paper at the top pair pattern, the top pair pattern, these, in each position, like which one hits the most. Like in the AB position, I have wrote down 8 and 3. And sure enough, look at that. 8 and 3 both hit. Back to back even. That drives me crazy because I did on the frequency charts, I went from 8 years, 7 years, 6 year, all the way down to 9 months, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, and 1 month. And 8 took the show for sure. And 3 was pretty close behind. And what I did is I took the top 5, all right, out of the 15 different pair patterns. I took the top 5 out of all of these. I'm sorry, out of all of these, I just took the top 5 in each year. So 8 years, 7 year, all the way down to 1 month. And 8 stole the show, and 3 was right behind it. And sure enough, and look at this, you can see that 8 was out for a while. There's a hit here, and then it had a couple of back-to-back ones. And okay, so that's when I did miss those because it was like the day before. I was like right in here. That's when I was writing these down, and I realized that those were top ones. Well, then I looked at the BC, and I noticed that the BC, the top one, no joke, 8 year all the way down to 1 month, except for the 3 month. The 3 month, it jumped. I mean, it fell to the second position in the top 5. But 8 year all the way down to 1 month, other than that one time, it was at the top. 10 is highlighted all the way across the top. So 10 was like the top dog for the BC. And here's what you do. You look at 10 did not hit since 411. And that's not really that long. But if you look at it, 10, see here, like 10 didn't drop there at all for a long time. Didn't drop there a long time either. So, it's kind of risky. But it worked, but I just didn't get it in my initial workout. Because what we did is I took the 10 from the charts. So you do is you just take the 10, pattern 10, and you bring it over here, and then you're going to do BC boxed. Okay? Remember, this is not boxed, but these are boxed. And that's what my initial setup was right there, and there's the winner right there. But I ended up playing 306 and 138 because I did not come and do this, okay? In the end, I ended up doing something else because, I'm a filter, freaking goblin, and just constantly looking at way too much. But it made me think, like, if you think, it's always about a pool for me. It's always fishing out of a smaller pool. Okay, whether it's the green, like I've been looking at the green here and that dang thing hit. I was like, the green's going to hit, green, and it did hit. I think I actually made a short video on that, but it's still due. It's still due on the evening. If you look at the evening, the green for Wisconsin hasn't hit since 327. So, I mean, you can tell there's pretty good, balance there that will come back. That green will come back. And I don't want to miss that when it does come back. Okay. And then also for this here, good chance for a pink or blue in the AB tomorrow, basing off of this, not off of this. Remember that when you're doing the frequency and expectation charts and you're copying and pasting, don't do it based on the box form. Only do it when you're looking at the general numbers. That's okay. So here's the thing I did. That's what I did then. That's what I wanted to show, is the winner was right there. But let me clear that out. And let's give you a quick little, hopefully I can explain a little bit what I'm thinking for Wisconsin today, midday. Okay. You'll notice that the 1 is out. On the general filters, the 1 is out, 10 draws. Okay, when these go yellow on the general filter, they don't stay out long, okay? They just don't. But here's the thing, that's at midday. When you combine them, 1's up there, so if you want to be conservative, take the 1 and the 6 as for your dookies. But that 6, look at that, 15. that's going to be hitting here. Because first of all, 6 doesn't stay out long. If you look at 6, pretty much any state, 5 or 6 drops. That's what this symbolizes right here. 5 and 6. So that's going to be coming back. So I'm going to, look at that. And if you look at the charts, you'll see in the keys 15 that Wisconsin 6 is out now, 15 draws. Missouri's out even more than that. And District of Columbia, that's going to be hitting for sure. Anything like that won't last long. I bet you anything tomorrow. I bet you tomorrow when I come back, or if I go and refresh this, that will no longer be here. There's a great chance of that. Could be, but it probably won't be. This changes very quick, and a lot of times there's nothing in here because when a key hits the general, it don't last long. I mean, look, there's only 3 states. Out of all the states, there's only 3 that has one out that long. That's very telling, and I follow this all the time. And when they get up there, they're worth looking at because that takes me down now to 55 numbers boxed. Okay, right away. And now earlier I showed in the video what I was doing here. I did key 6, and then I selected pairs boxed this in general sense. Why did I do that? I don't remember. I looked at something over here and I liked something. I don't even remember. Sorry. I don't remember why I did that, but I was pretty excited about that. And then I said single tomorrow, and then I unselected the 4 in the B position, and I unselected the C in the 9 position, and that's what I'm left with, boxed. I did not do any A, B, B, C, or AC stuff yet. This is boxed. And like I said, sum 12 is due. That's one I would pull out of here immediately. And right here's one of them. Might be the only one. That is the one I would be writing down no matter what. Like, I'm actually going to write down right now because that, even if it doesn't fit my idea of what's going to happen, I'm still going to play that. Okay. So, and the reason I got rid of the 4 and a 9 in the boxed position, okay, this is boxed still, is because when you look at the charts here, you'll see 4, 4, 4. There's a great chance it's not going to be a 4 tomorrow, okay? And then if you look at the box position when it comes to midday alone, 9 was hit 3 times in a row. Good chance for that not to hit tomorrow. So I removed it. And now a double hit again, last night. And I'm thinking that probably a single today. So I think I did that too on here. I keep 2 different ones open. So that's what I did. And now I'm down to 20 numbers boxed. I wish I remember why I collected these ones, pairs boxed. Just in a general sense. It must have been something I was looking at. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I know what it's from. It's from the pair wheel, which I may have. Oh, yeah, right here. So I took the top 18 out of here. All right. And I dropped those in there. So that's what those are right there. So that's what I have right now. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't stop yawning. So that 6 has to drop tomorrow for anything to work, but there's a good chance that 6 coming. And to be honest with you, there's a good chance that it's going to be a 1 and a 6. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited about that because that's good. I'm going to write that down right now because no matter what I do with my filtering, I'm looking at that one. Because a 1 and a 6 dropping together, good chance. And here's another couple more right here. Those ones right there too. I'm going to actually just write those down quick too for Wisconsin tomorrow midday. But I'm more interested in that sum 12. And here's the reason why. Because if you go to inspection charts and you check this out, in the V-tracks, remember 2 symbolizes a 1 and a 6, right? It stands for the 1 and the 6. And you'll notice that the double hits every now and then or so. They pretty much stay balanced. Everything stays balanced. It's weird how that works in life. But here you go. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but a 1 or a 6 type to happen tomorrow, more than likely. I mean, it's already out over max, so going maybe another draw or two, but I think it'll probably hit tomorrow midday or today midday. And I'm hoping it's going to be the 6, but that 1 and 6 might drop. And there's a good chance that I have it in this slasher because, there just is a good chance. This wheel works amazing. This pair wheel works great, and you don't have to take all of them out of there. I mean, look at 409. So like the night prior to that was 824. Okay. So let's see that. You can hit start and you see right there 0 and a 4. See, no, it's 409. Remember, this guarantees you 2 correct numbers out of 3 for singles. Okay, so it gives you a pair. So, and then like I said, if you do that previous one, so that would have been if we do 4 and 9, because I'm not going to put the double 447 in there. So pop this in there, and I can look at these and be like, there's a great chance if it's a single today that single will include one of these pairs. And I just take the top 18, and that's what I have right there. Now I'm going to break this sucker down even more, and I want to break it down into straight too. I might just end this video now and then tomorrow morning or something, tomorrow midday, maybe make one and show you what I'm doing for straight, or just put it in the comments what I come up with, because I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to share that, the most important thing, like I told you, like if I'm doing AB here, I got to make sure I be careful not to, that I switch that over. So like, look at, first of all, let's go back over there to the charts and see what this is showing. Got a couple good things coming up here soon, hopefully. Some cut sum, root sum stuff based on the pairs. Based on these, it could be really good. So that's good. That's pretty exciting. So looking at this, I don't really see much on that. Just looking at it quickly. On this one, you'd say, oh, maybe the pink in the middle. I don't know if you want to play like that, because that's kind of risky. I mean, I got it today, but I don't trust that so much. So what I would do is just jump back over here. Oh, and here's another thing. Don't forget this. Here, watch this. Let me refresh this. Curve line, 1%. Okay, this is, let's see if this changed at all. Actually, one was added. So that doesn't help me trying to explain this, but under the 1%, typically these change so fast. There's only 2 in here for this one, and like the spike in the trough for the Minnesota one the other day I missed, but it did change and I had it. I mean, look at that. There's nothing right now in the under 1% for key A. Let's see if there's anything for key B. Only a T. So Virginia evening, great chance that there's going to be a change up. Okay. Very good chance that there's going to be a change up. So if you think that, you can go over to the inspection chart, but I don't want to change it out right now because I was looking at something on here. I wanted to show something on here, but then you just go over there and you look at it and you'll see right away that there's a great chance that the T's going to hit, the trough's going to hit on the B position, which brings your numbers down a lot. Like cuts it in like half. Okay. And then when you use some of my filtering and stuff like that too, you get it way down there. Really manageable online to play. And offline, maybe not so much, but you can still narrow it down a lot for offline play. Like my main focus, I want to start focusing on Minnesota's front or back pair and try to win that way and stop trying to spread myself too thin, even just playing Wisconsin midday and evening and Minnesota. I want to get online, but if I get online, I'm going to be searching all these states and I'm going to just be like spending way too much money and way too much time already. It'd be even more time. So I don't really trust myself doing that right now. I keep thinking about it, but I'm not going to do that right now. So looking at Wisconsin, that's what I have right now. Okay. This is what I have boxed for Wisconsin. Anybody will look at that and see what maybe you can push it a little further. Like a lot of times then what I do is I'll write, before I switch it over to straight form, I will look at this stuff, different charts for each position. And you'll notice that the the C position, okay, there hasn't been an A in this particular filter, okay, for the midday. And look at, you can see just out of balance that A hits. Every so often that A hits. And it will hit, it will come back and hit. And maybe tomorrow. And that is a 0, 1, or a 5. That's it. Because we're looking at the C position. So 0, a 1, or a 5. That's what that symbolizes. I don't think it symbolizes anything else. You could look at the charts if you wanted to see what they stand for, but that's what it looks like. So 0, 1, or 5 is going to hit on the end position like really soon. So what you could do is just take these right away. Let's just I don't want to lose these ones in box form yet because I feel like I can bring those down even more. As an example, I'm just going to bring them over here. Okay, I'm going to bring them over to conversion. And I'm going to convert these to straight. I'm going to copy these. Okay, and I'm going to bring them over to the other slasher. I always keep open another one that's for straights. And now I'm going to drop these ones in here as straights. And then I'm going to slash that. And we're down to 120 straights for tomorrow midday. I know 6 and 7 are due. That's another thing you could do. You could just play those, those 6 and 7s for the front. Or what was I just saying? Oh, 0, 1, or 5 on the C position. So let's do that. Let's do that before we do any other filtering. 0 or 5 on the C position. Because remember, it's out 9. It's already over max. It could go another draw or two, but it probably won't. It probably won't. Just let it balance. Probably be hitting here. So is it worth it? Maybe. I'm going to do it. We got 34 straights. Look at that. That took it way down. 34 straights. Is there any? There's still some 12 in there too. So 5, 6, 1. Did it come any other? 1, 6, 5. I think that's it. So for straights, 615, 651. So yeah, so definitely different options there for that number, but that's a good solid number, I think, for today's midday. That 156, I'm really liking that. And like I said, I have these sheets that show the top AB in my charts, the top AB, which I'm starting to see across states too. But like 8 really pulls a lot in the AB. 3 does too. And then for the back pair, like I said, that 10 was just off the charts. I don't know about other states, but you could write those down in your own state and see what's happening. But that 10 pulls a lot. I'm going to do another one for AC. Maybe I'll make a video on that showing what I'm doing. And I did an all pairs too, just to see which one hits the most. And 8 was actually the one that was one of the top ones, and so is 13, and so is 3, and then pattern. Yeah, whatever. There's, I did the same thing. I did 8 year all the way down to 1 month, and I just wrote the top 5 to see what's going on, and it's useful. And I'm just excited to see how other people. I'd like to know what other people are doing to manipulate these and to get wins. Like I said, I gotta move. I can't sit here anymore. So if we go to AB, single box pairs, let's see if we can find something. Let's do 20 days, because just doing midday alone, like 11, 7, and 12. So those are still yellow, and it just hit a 3 and a 2. So there's a good chance that perhaps 11, 7, or a 12 is going to hit on that AB. Now, neither of those, maybe the 12. The 12 is not really. I want to kind of, the 7 actually has been kind of hot in the last last 2 months now. So the 7's up in there in the top 5. So, that could be, actually the last 3 months, the 7 has been in there. So maybe that 7 is going to come back tomorrow on the AB. That's an interesting way to look at it. So the 7 is right here. So 1, 2, or 3, 4, or a 6, 7. Remember, this is box. So if you wanted to just do that one alone, you'd bring it over to the slasher in straight form. But then you're going to just do select AB in box form. Sorry, it's a long video again. I had a really good one earlier. Let's see. There you go. Gets rid of my 12 though, doesn't it? But if that's, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can create a pool out of something, out of one of these pairs or one of these. If you think the pink's going to hit in the AC, that already brings you to 300 numbers straight. And then you do all the other stuff, like getting rid of the 9s and get rid of, that would be in box form. First do that and then do that. You have it down to easily under 100, 150 numbers right away. And that's just one way of doing it. Like the green, I know that green was going to hit, and it hit, but it's still due in the evening. So, and I know that that's going to come back, because look at that. It has not hit since the 27th. That will hit. Look at the balance there is. There's gaps in between, and there's going to be, because it's not the most popular sums, but it's going to come back, and it's due. It's overdue for evening. Look at that. That's a big gap since 328. It's going to come back probably tomorrow night. I bet you it'll come back tomorrow night or the night after that. I'd be surprised if it don't. Here's one for tomorrow evening, though. I think that there's going to be a switch up. I think a green or a blue is going to be dropping in here. That'd be something to look at, too. See, that brings you down to 600 straights, and then you start doing other stuff. You get it down really fast. All right. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I got more I want to do, but it's already 27 minutes. Sorry. I'm going to break down a little bit more in the morning, and then I'll put it in the comment box if anybody wants to actually play any of that on tomorrow's midday. But I'm basing it all off of that 6, because that 6 is about to hit. That 015 might be a little risky. But here, let's just get rid of that and see what happens. Oh, that's with this here. But even that's kind of risky. I would do... I'm going to redo that. I think I will do like just a little bit more than that, because as it sits, this is obviously 120 numbers is way too many numbers. There's a good chance it's in there, but I'm not playing online right now. So like I said, that 0, 1, or 5, or just in general, sums 12 is the top sum that's due. Where is that sum? I just want to see if there's any other ones in there too. That's the only one. Could it be, right? That'd be nice. But so I'll put in the comments tomorrow what I'm finding for Wisconsin if anybody wants to play it. Okay. All right. Have a good night.